In this video, I'm going to share the biggest mistake of conventional approaches to allergy treatment and why your allergies just keep getting worse and worse over time. I'm Tammy Anderson, certified functional health practitioner, and I help people who are searching for a true long-term solution to their allergy and asthma symptoms without all the miserable side effects from medications. They are sick and tired of living with the anxiety over when their next attack will be and missing out on so many enjoyable moments of life. Albert Einstein was so on point when he said insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. So why then did it take me over 20 years of chasing my ever-worsening allergy symptoms with medication after medication, years of injections, and multiple sinus surgeries to finally figure out that what I was doing was not working? I was doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. And I hear it all the time from clients who come to me for help. They say things like, I've been taking allergy shots for 12 years. 12 years! And one person even reported that she'd been taking shots for 40 years. You guys, that's insanity. And it wasn't my fault. And if you've fallen into the same trap of the endless symptom-chasing hamster wheel and wondering why your symptoms just keep getting worse all the time, it's not your fault either. The problem is that our modern medical system has trained us to believe that we have no control over the symptoms that are happening in our bodies. Instead, this system teaches us that our only option is to rely on the medicines that the pharmaceutical companies invent to treat them. Take these pills, squirt these sprays up your nose, inhale the mist from these inhalers, make weekly or bi-weekly trips to the doctor's office for a jab in the arm, and hang out there for 30 minutes to make sure it doesn't send you into anaphylactic shock. They know what's best for our bodies, right? Wrong. Here's the big mistake with this approach to allergy treatment. It focuses on suppressing the symptoms instead of investigating and fixing the problems that are causing you to be reactive to all the irritants in the first place. This approach keeps us stuck being a slave to our allergy symptoms and the medications prescribed to treat them. It does not fix the problems that are causing the allergies in the first place. When we are trapped in this hamster wheel approach to treating allergies, we also hand the power of our own health and wellness over to our doctors and the scientists in laboratories who are paid to create chemical concoctions that temporarily suppress our symptoms. We have forgotten to ask, or have actually been trained not to ask, why do I have these allergy symptoms in the first place? Why am I suddenly reacting to things I was never reacting to before? Symptoms are so common in our modern unhealthy world that we mistakenly assume that problems like allergies and asthma are just something we have to deal with as we get older. It's just part of the aging process, something we should just expect to happen. We have no control. Or maybe we think it's just part of our genetics. We won the bad genetics lottery when it comes to allergies. That's the lie we've been told. Symptoms are common in today's world, but symptoms are never normal. The reality is that the body's natural state of balance and health at any age is an absence of symptoms. Just like your car's check engine light, which comes on to warn you that something under the hood needs your attention, symptoms are a warning from your body that something is out of balance and needs your attention. Medications do not fix the underlying problems that are leading to your allergies. They're only a temporary bandage used to suppress symptoms. Essentially, taking these medications is like your mechanic disconnecting the check engine light when it comes on, instead of fixing the problem that caused it to come on in the first place. And what happens when you suppress a problem of any kind instead of fixing it? It festers, and it becomes worse and worse over time. And then slowly over time, as the cellular damage that has taken place in your body becomes worse as it's left to fester, you notice your symptoms becoming worse. You notice that you're reacting more violently and to more things than you used to. You notice that the medications that once seemed to keep your symptoms under control are no longer working. So you take more medicine, or you ask your doctor to prescribe something stronger. You ask your friends or people on social media what you should be using to treat the symptoms, since the things you've tried or your doctor told you to try have already failed. Or maybe you make weekly trips to the allergist's office for injections to build your tolerance to irritants like dust mites, pollen, and pet dander. Maybe you even find yourself on the surgeon's table having the inflammation trimmed back from your sinuses, like I did, twice. And you deal with the ever-growing list of side effects caused by the medications, the dry mouth, the thrush, brain fog, anxiety, depression, headaches, stomach pain, nausea, diarrhea, fatigue, and sometimes even things like suicidal thoughts. Because you're so desperate for relief from the misery of the relentless itching, sneezing, nose blowing, and coughing caused by your allergies. Meanwhile, the problems that are causing all the misery go undetected and ignored. So what would Einstein say about this approach? My guess is that he'd say it sounds a little like insanity. But what if it didn't have to be this way? What if you could fix the problems that are causing you to be reactive to all the irritants? Don't you think it's time to put the power over your health back into your own hands? Just imagine how much easier and more joyful life would be if no more of your precious moments were spent suffering, being a slave to allergy symptoms like nose blowing, sneezing, itching, and rashes. I mean, imagine if you didn't have to have a tissue box within arm's reach all the time. Imagine no more having to say no to the outdoors or experiences that enrich your life because you know you'll be miserable because of your allergies. What if you had no more medication side effects to deal with? I want to share a different and better approach to conquering your allergies and alleviating the misery that comes along with them. One that focuses on fixing the problems that are causing you to be overreactive to all the irritants instead of suppressing the symptoms that result because of the problem, so that you can have long-term relief. In my work with clients, I use a functional approach to helping my clients fix the underlying problems that are causing them to react to all the irritants leading to allergy symptoms. This is a really holistic approach based on the understanding that the body's natural state is one of symptom-free health and vitality. This approach considers the whole person and how she interacts with her environment and recognizes the deep connection between body, mind, and spirit. When given the right conditions, the body will instinctively come back into balance, and when that happens, symptoms begin to disappear like magic. So instead of focusing on suppressing the symptoms, I help my clients identify and fix the problems that are causing them. The process looks to address as many of the variables as possible that are causing the problem, and it includes the use of some specialized labs to help identify physiological stressors on the body that are causing problems at the cellular level. And then once the stressors are identified, holistic and drug-free approaches are used to support the body and its innate healing ability. I provide coaching and education around the fundamental pillars of health, including optimizing diet, sleep, getting the right type and amount of exercise, and minimizing stress. And then an emphasis is placed on minimizing the toxic burden on the body by eliminating as many environmental toxins as possible and focusing on detoxification of the body. And finally, self-kindness, extreme self-care, and the establishment of healthy boundaries in relationships is emphasized as part of the process. So functional medicine views any illness, whether it's allergies, asthma, or anything else, as just a state of dis-ease. And it happens when things fall out of balance in the mind and body, and the person can no longer adapt to and overcome various physical, internal, emotional, mental, or spiritual stressors that are coming at her. As humans, we are wired to want the fastest solutions to our problems as possible, and especially in our modern world, we've been conditioned to look for quick fixes to resolve our problems. The medications that are being used to treat chronic conditions like allergies is just one such example. Take this pill to treat that ill has become the standard protocol for treatment of any ailment, but this quick fix approach is clearly not working, and it's putting the control of your health into someone else's hands. You will never be free of all the suffering from your allergies and the dependence on doctors and medications to manage them as long as you're putting the power into someone else's hands. Knowing that you and you alone can heal your body puts the power in your hands and empowers you to take responsibility for your own health. And what's even better is that when you take responsibility for your own health and conquer your allergies, it will make you feel more empowered over all the situations in your life. Deep healing really requires patience and active participation in your own path to wellness, along with the willingness and courage to address all aspects of healing, body, mind, and spirit. So if you're ready to take your power back and finally resolve your miserable allergies by investigating the problems that are causing them and doing the work necessary to fix them, I am here to help you. Please don't put your life on hold any longer. Click the button or link below to book a totally free 20-minute chat with me so we can talk about how I can help you finally claim freedom and long-term relief from your allergies.